right, I'm here with Rich from Out of the Park Baseball. Rich, we'll start with how you became involved with Out of the Park Baseball and sort of your role with it.
Sure. So for many years, I wrote video game reviews and did podcasts and had the opportunity to work with Out of the Park Baseball in a real capacity, and I jumped at it.
Out of the Park Baseball was actually created by someone that's German. How did this game come to be? Because it's a really interesting story.
Sure. So Marcus Heinzen, he's the CEO and the lead designer, came to the United States and fell in love with the game of baseball and just decided that he wanted to build a baseball game. It's just an amazing story of just putting in a lot of hard work and getting a lot of feedback and listening to our fans so that we can make the best game possible.
2 decades is quite an accomplishment. You said before this you used to review different video games. What is the best thing, in your personal opinion, about Out of the Park Baseball?
It's so real. We have people tell us all the time, I can't believe you had that guy. He was a prospect that I drafted 7 years ago. He's a real player. No one ever heard of him, and he's in my game. That's amazing. So it's the authenticity. We spend a ton of time and effort researching, getting all the right rosters, all the right players, all the right ratings, from the major leagues to the low minors and everything in between. And that's why our fans love our game.
All right, if you're looking for authenticity and a game that keeps it real, Out of the Park Baseball is the place to be. Thank you for this.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
What is up, baseball fans? Chris Jardine here, a.k.a. Snaggle J, community manager for Out of the Park Baseball's perfect team. Back live for the first time in what feels like 390 million years, when actually it has only been 2 weeks. Welcome to episode number 32 of This Week in Perfect Team. First of all, we'd like to thank the MLB Network and the MLB Home Run Derby stream for putting together that video for us. If you guys didn't see, during the stream of the 2019 MLB VR Home Run Derby, they aired that clip on Twitch at twitch.tv/MLB_games. We were fortunate enough for them to do that for us and provide us a copy of it. And I was glad to share that with you guys. We're going to be posting it on all of our social medias and stuff here pretty shortly, but I wanted to give you guys the big premiere for those of you guys who haven't seen it. Guys, this is an actual picture that I took in Cleveland. I'm just saying. On a scale of hyped to maniacally crazy, yeah, I was off the charts for the Vlad Home Run Derby. So this picture right here was my seats for the Home Run Derby. And my seats for the All-Star game were pretty similar. They were just a few rows up behind and a little more. I was more on like the third baseline extended. But yeah, this is a shot I took in Cleveland. For those of you guys who didn't know, myself, TJ, Rich, and one of our developers, Matt, we were in Cleveland for the All-Star game, for the Play Ball Park. We chronicled a lot of it on our Twitter, my Twitter, TJ's Twitter, Instagram. And we're going to be, if you guys listen to the podcast, OOTP now, Rich and I are going to be recording it in a little bit. And we're going to be talking a lot about the All-Star game and our experience. I'm not going to bore you guys to death with a lot of that. So if you guys do listen to the podcast, if you don't listen to the podcast, pick it up, iTunes, Android. It's a great podcast. Rich puts it out every week. I am a frequent contributor. And like I said, we're going to be talking a lot about the All-Star game on it this week. My buddy's buying OTP 20. Appreciate you for hyping it up. Guys, we're going to keep it pretty straightforward tonight. We've got some new content. Community Requests 3 is going to be coming out tonight, including a brand new Perfect, of which I posted the stuff movement and control ratings in the Discord a little while ago. 128 stuff. People immediately thought reliever. Think again. Not a reliever. That's all I'm saying. So we're going to be jumping in that in a minute. One thing I did want to touch on, guys. Like I said, first of all, I want to thank you guys so much for being the absolute best community in sports gaming, bar none. For any of you who came by Play Ball Park in Cleveland to interact with us, to check out the game, thank you so much. For those of you who... Isn't there already a Peak Pedro? Is there a Peak Pedro already? Plot twist. Two-way position player. Ooh. So yeah, for those of you guys who came out to see us in Cleveland at Play Ball Park, thank you so much. We had all kinds of wonderful fans who recognized us in our OOTP gear. And, you know, we had a lot of great conversations about the game. For anyone who came by who had never seen the game before, and maybe tuning into this stream for the first time, because, man, I know I said the words, hey, you should check out This Week in Perfect Team at least 700 million times while in Cleveland. So thank you guys so much for that. And for all of you guys who were extremely well-behaved on all of our various social media platforms while we were away, in the Discord at discord.gg/OTP, on the Twitter, twitter.com/OTPBaseball, twitter.com/OTPPerfectteam, on the forums at OTPdevelopments.com/board, on Facebook, facebook.com/OTPBaseball. You guys were all extremely well-behaved. And as always, guys, we wouldn't be able to experience cool stuff like this if you guys didn't like our game, and if you guys didn't support Out of the Park Developments and all the different things that we do. So thank you guys so much for continuing to support our game, for continuing to support our company, and allowing us to experience super cool stuff like this. And in turn, that fuels us to want to come back and do some super cool stuff for you guys. So, having said that, I may or may not have teased earlier that we would be talking about collections a little bit. We're not going to talk about it a whole lot, but what I will tell you is that next week, right here on This Week in Perfect Team, July 22nd, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time, right here, twitch.tv/OTP Developments, we will be unveiling our first update to collection missions by rolling out some brand new ones for all you people to check out. So next week, right here on This Week in Perfect Team at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific, we are going to be rolling out our first update to collections missions. And we're also going to be... Next week is Matt's content picks as well. Matt Arnold, who was with us in Cleveland, our lead developer of Out of the Park Baseball, is going to get his turn to put his picks in the game. I've seen them. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. Are there going to be some... Yes, there are going to be collection missions that were sourced from the community. Can confirm. And they're going to be wide-ranging as well. Kind of like what we did with the first one. We'll have some quote-unquote easier ones to complete. And there's going to be some tougher ones as well. So they'll be kind of scaled along the thing. I mean, Matt's picks are good. I like Matt's content. No shade. I'm a big fan of Matt's content picks. We'll see. I am not the ultimate judge of content at the end of the day. It's you guys. You guys are the ultimate judge on whether or not a content is good. I'm just saying. Just saying. No shade at all. I have never heard you not hype new cards. Why was I not being... Why do you guys read so much into everything? I think Matt's set is absolutely phenomenal. A lot of them are some of my favorite cards. I'm just saying, you guys read way too much into things. They're pretty good. They're good. I think they're going to be enjoyable. I look forward to having 3 of them on my team at some point. Can I confirm or deny a perfect Triple Crown Miggy collection? No, I can't. But that'd be pretty cool. We can all just get along. All right. Speaking of content, next week's content is going to have to wait. Because we have this week's content to deal with first. We have this week's content. We have this week's content to go through first, and it's pretty good. Again, community requested content. As always, you guys can hit up the link in the chat if you want to submit your very own ideas. Again, all of these 6 cards, which by the way are available in Perfect Team already right now, have all been submitted at the link in the chat. Or if you're watching the YouTube archive, at the link in the description below, which I always forget to put in, but I say it. No one ever calls me out on it, so I'm just going to say it again. If you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description below. All of these cards have been sourced from there. It's going to be pretty good. Let's dive right in. Let's not waste any time. First up, 1955 one-hit wonder Randy Jackson, who was a limited time, big time third baseman for the Cubs in the mid-50s. Had a really good 1954-1955 season. 1955, Jackson hit 265, 340, 345 with 21 homers and 70 RBIs. Jackson was famously traded to the Los Angeles, Brooklyn Dodgers. I think they were moved to Los Angeles by then. Anyway, the Dodgers had visions of Randy Jackson being Jackie Robinson's eventual replacement. Unfortunately, didn't really work out for him. Didn't really work out for Randy Jackson. They had high hopes. The Dodgers had high hopes. They thought Randy Jackson could be the heir apparent at third base to Jackie Robinson. And unfortunately, no dice. I was waiting to see how long it was going to take before somebody made a Randy Jackson American Idol pun. Thank you, Neptune Springs Eternal, I think. Oh, no, there's a Newcroft one in there, too. Iron Duke getting in there with the nice. I love it. I love it. That's a no for me. It's a no for me, dog. It's a no for me, dog. Anyway, Randy Jackson, 62 overall, one-hit wonder. One thing I noticed when going through the community requests is a lot of people say, Snaggle, you don't put enough one-hit wonders in the game. There's one. We'll work on getting some more. So Randy Jackson in the game. Next up, 2009 Toronto Blue Jays. Pachow, Adam Lind, a hardware hero that year as he picked up a Silver Slugger. Slashed 305, 370, 562 with 35 homers, 114 RBIs, 46 doubles, a 141 OPS plus, and a 3.9 WAR. What is it good for? Well, it was good enough for a Silver Slugger. Unfortunately, Adam Lind, absolutely horrendous in the outfield. So definitely, if you pick him up at the lower levels, he's going to be primarily a DH. Again, today's theme is definitely no defense. Yeah, his bunting is awful. He can't bunt. He can't run. He can't field. He literally cannot run, bunt, or field. I'm sorry, chat, okay? It's one of those things. I'm sorry, okay? As a Blue Jays fan, I'm well aware that Adam Lind could never run, bunt, or field. It's one of those things. It's one of those things. Anyways, 69 overall, Hardware Heroes, Adam Lind is in the game. Next up, we move to the 1996 Dan Wilson from the Seattle Mariners. 285, 334, 44 slash line with 18 bombs, 83 ribbies, and a 39% caught stealing. You see, look at that peep, that defense. 104 catcher defense with 92 ability and 82 arm. Dan Wilson, surprisingly, I mean, I know who Dan Wilson is. I know of him. Surprisingly, very highly requested on the community request form. There's like a Dan Wilson in Perfect Team cult out there. So you know what? I thought, well, listen, the fans can't be wrong, right? The OOTP universe cannot be wrong. So 1996 Dan Wilson is in the game. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get our giveaway started for this evening. Giving away 2 prizes tonight of 10,000 perfect points apiece. We'll leave the giveaway open until we reveal the final card of the evening. Exclamation point ticket in the chat. will get you in on the perfect point draw. Again, 2 prizes of 10,000 perfect points apiece. We're going to give those away later on in the show. I'm going to leave that up there so everybody knows what's going on. Let's move on to our next card. Back to the Blue Jays, 2008 A.J. Burnett. 87 overall hardware heroes. A.J. Burnett led the American League in strikeouts in 2008 with 231. He was 18-10 with a 4.07 ERA, 221 and a third innings pitch. Had those 231 strikeouts, 86 stuff, 63 movement, 51 control, fastball, sinker, cutter, changeup, knuckle curve. Has 6 contact, and he can bunt. I know you guys love those pitchers and the bunting. Dishnet already claiming, hey, I requested this one. There was a couple of Burnetts. I think there was 3 or 4 on the list, all with very, very good. Some people just like play up to like Snaggle being a homer. Like, hey, AJ Burnett, he's a Blue Jay. Snaggle, put him in. Just claim Blue Jays bias. Put him in there. Get people yelling that he's not a Yankee. You know, it is what it is. But AJ Burnett, 2008. AJ Burnett is in the game. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you may or may not have seen that earlier today on the Twitter, in the Discord, I posted the overalls for tonight's cards. You've seen, we've gone through the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. So what remains is a 99 and a 100. Both of which are starting pitchers. So if you're in the need of some starting pitcher help, ladies and gentlemen, I've got you covered. I've got you covered. First up, 1979, J.R. Richard. By far the most requested player, most requested card on the sheet that hasn't been put in the game yet by a mile. J.R. Richard is an unbelievable story for the Houston Astros. Former number 1 overall pick. He had an amazing 1979. As you can see below, 18-13. Led the American League with a 2.71, or were they in the National League at the time? National League at the time. Led the league with a 2.71 ERA through 292 innings, 313 strikeouts, which also led the league, 1.088 whip, and 5.6 WAR. In 1980, he suffered a stroke in the middle of the season, which basically ended his career. He tried to make a comeback in 1981. Unfortunately, he was unable to do so. The stroke gave him some issues with his depth perception, so he was unable to pitch. Beyond that, he ended up homeless, and then he found his religion, and he ended up becoming a Christian minister. An unbelievable story of a guy who was just immensely talented pitcher. You can see 123 stuff, 74 movement, 57 control, with fastball, slider, changeup combination, 96 stamina, and of course 52 power. You need a home run. You need a home run in a certain situation, baby. J.R. Richards got you covered. So the hardware heroes, J.R. Richards from 1979. In the game, like I said, it was an amazing story. I had a really fun time, I guess. I love researching players because again, this is a couple years before I was born, and I'm not really big on 70s baseball. Like my baseball fandom kind of dates to like mid 80s and onward. So this was great for me to go back and look at, and I like I said, I really had a good time researching J.R. Richard. I love the story. Neptune Springs Eternal says it's like big unit, but from the other side. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. Speaking of big unit from the other side, I give you 100 overall, perfect, peak, waiting forever to get it in the game, the big unit Randy Johnson. Holy majoli. I've been holding on to this one for a while. 128 stuff, 75 movement, 83 control with the fastball, cutter, slider, combination. Hey guys, he has a 48 defensive rating in left field. What are we doing? Are you sure this is right? Sure this is okay? 48 defensive rating in left field, which is absolutely insane. I think he came up as a left fielder, right? He was an outfielder originally. And then they figured out dude could throw like 100 miles an hour, so whatever. 303 wins in his career with a 3.29 ERA, 4,875 strikeouts, 101 WAR, 5 Cy Young awards, and why can't I remember the year? Hang on. 2015, he was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame on 434 of 549 ballots. The big for me personally, the big unit was one of my favorites to watch growing up. Excuse me. The big unit was one of my favorites to watch growing up. I loved, especially not slighting on Mariners fans at all, but in the earlier part of the 2000s, especially after he went to Arizona, he was basically unhittable for months at a time. I just loved watching Randy Johnson pitch. Dude threw effortlessly from the left side at 100. Just throwing peas out there. So Randy Johnson, yeah, I know his bunt. Is there an achievement for hitting a bird? No. Yeah, in Houston too. Houston, he was insane. So peak Randy Johnson, 100 overall, is in the game. So there you have it, guys. Our brand new content set, completely requested by the community. We have 1955 Randy Jackson, 2009 Adam Lind, 1996 Dan Wilson, 1979 J.R. Richard, 2008 A.J. Burnett, and the topper, the man, the big unit himself, 100 overall, peak legend Randy Johnson. A very Randy set, if you will. Ooh, that's so good. That deserves a rim shot. Where I don't have the rim shot on here. Man, somebody's been messing with the stream deck. I'm just saying. Guys, we're going to leave the giveaway open for another 10 seconds. Exclamation point ticket gets you in on the draw. 2 prizes of 10,000 perfect points apiece. And then we're going to shut it down. We're going to give it away. As I said, guys, if you guys listen to the podcast, OOTP now, this week, we're going to be talking about our experience at the All-Star Game. Myself and Rich. TJ's a little under the weather, so I don't think he's going to make it. He's got a little bit of post-Cleveland flu. So we're going to close the giveaway in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The giveaway is closed. Let's draw some winners. Again, guys, if you win, whisper on Twitch, DM on Discord, username in the proper capitalization. Send me your team name so I can confirm as well. Let's go to get the sounds up. Winner number 1 is slow. T-Rex VS. Congratulations on winning 10,000 perfect points. And Super T-Rex, VS, and Super. Congratulations on picking up 10,000 perfect points apiece again. Make sure you guys hit me up in the Discord, Chris Perfect Team CM, or you can whisper us right here on Twitch with your username and your team name so I can confirm it. I will get you guys those perfect points lickety split sooner rather than later. At least I think we'll get it to you sooner rather than later. You guys, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at getting it out there in a hurry. There you go, guys. Brand new content set in the game. Again, as I said earlier, next week we're going to have some hot fire new collections coming out with some new rewards. So that is going to be cool. We also have Matt's picks next week, which are going to be really cool. I'm looking forward to those. Like I said, there's a couple of Matt's picks that I'm like, yeah, that's someone that I would have picked for one of my sets. So, of course, he basically stole my set. No, I'm kidding. He did. But Matt's got a really cool set coming out next week. I look forward to that. No, I don't think so. So that's a good question. Do the historical missions get updated like historical players? I don't believe so. I don't believe they're being updated currently. But that's a good question. I'm definitely going to find out. But like I said, I do not believe that the historical ones are being updated. Just the live ones. And the reason being is that the live bucket is separate than the historical bucket. So I don't think they're being updated. I will double check to make sure. But like I said, I'm pretty sure that they're not being updated. Yes, these cards are available now in the game right now. Guys, as always, have you actually tried the 99 Pedro? No, I haven't. I have not. You mean the 99 Pedro that I peddle around here? The 1999 Pedro. By the way, guys, 1999 Pedro Martinez, heard he's pretty good. That's all I've heard. I've heard he's pretty good. I don't actually have any firsthand knowledge of that. I say it every week. 1999 Pedro Martinez. Have you heard of him? It's pretty good. I've only heard of him. I have no idea. The only team you're going to beat in your division this week is mine. Yeah, that's fair. I somehow got into the what they call the Whale League this week. I call it the Relegation League because that's where I'm going to end up. 99 Pedro is 100 Pedro. Exactly. I know. We should just call him Perfect Pedro so it's not as confusing. All right, guys. Well, that is going to do it for me. Make sure you guys give the Twitch channel an old followerino right here on twitch.tv / OOTP Developments. Guys, for those of you who have been watching my Mets franchise will be back this Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right here. For those of you who are watching TJ's stream, TJ is on vacation this week, so there will be no Redbirds Rising tomorrow. So no Redbird Rising on Tuesday, but the Mets franchise will be a go on Thursday night. Right here, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. Give it a follow. Make sure you guys follow us everywhere we are on the internet. YouTube.com/OOTP Developments. Facebook.com/OOTP Baseball. Twitter.com/OOTP Baseball. Twitter.com/OOTP Perfect Team. Instagram.com/OOTP Perfect Team. Yeah, we're firing up the old IG. It's going to be lots of me doing this. No, I'm kidding. We're posting Perfect Team stuff, but same idea. And of course, our forums, OOTPDevelopments.com/board. Guys, if you have not picked up Out of the Park 20, or you want to tell a friend, the All-Star Game sale is on right now. It is on until next Tuesday. 50% off, $19.99. Steam, website, Mac. Check it out. Tell a friend. Tell them to come in, play some Perfect Team, and maybe get this Randy Johnson, and maybe sell it to me, like super cheap. Okay? I mean, can we do that? Anyways, guys, that is going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for stopping by to another episode of This Week in Perfect Team. I am, of course, I, of course, am Chris Jardine, aka Snaggle J, the Canadian who cannot talk, and perfect team community manager. Until next time, keep swinging for the fences.